Hey everyone, this is the Roulette Grinder here with my first practice session. It's my first time recording anything on YouTube or streaming or anything like that. Gonna give this a go, so thanks for joining. Please like and subscribe. A little background about me. I live in New Jersey, 50 years old, and I started playing roulette as a hobby when I was younger. Kind of stopped playing and then back to it. Always fascinated with the game. Do not consider myself an expert by any means. There's so many brighter minds out there that have developed strategies and tools and resources on how to get better at roulette. Now, in these videos, I will be playing daily sessions of roulette, hoping for a profit of $150 a day, hopefully more, with a goal of $50,000 when we're all done in a year. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days, but it's a grind. That's why I'm the roulette grinder. We're going to keep a level head, we're going to play smart, we're going to protect our bankroll, and we're going to have some fun along the way. We're going to be playing some strategies that I've seen on certain channels on YouTube. And first and foremost, I want to thank All on Black for inspiration on starting this channel. He has a channel, which I will link in the description of this video, where he's trying to make a profit of $100,000 in a year. He has a much higher bankroll, much more starting capital, but trying to follow his methods, teachings, and guidance along the way on this journey. Now, we're playing on a site called stake.us, and they have a single zero roulette wheel. For those of you that don't know, in the USA, most casinos have a double zero wheel. So it has a zero and a double zero. The casino has the edge of about 5.4% over the player over time. So there's a definite big advantage on playing what I'm going to be playing on, the European French version, a single zero wheel. There's only a zero. So instead of having to avoid a zero and a double zero in some instances, I'm only going to be playing with a zero, and the house edge is only 2.7. So that's a little bit about me. I got my coffee, since I'm the coffee grinder. My son gave me this for Father's Day. Love it. Funny thing is, I'm not much of a coffee fan, but I am the roulette grinder, and grinding loves coffee. So we're going to give it a grind and see what happens. So let's get into it on stake. And just to show you, Roulette Black has a great tracker here on our profit system. And forgive me, this is my first time recording, so I'm going to have to learn all the tips and tricks here on how to easily move about things. So you can see here, today we're only playing with practice money. This will be for when we start playing with real money, and our goal, we're going to start with a $500 bankroll. Might bump that up to $1,000. Stake.us, the site I'm playing on, deals in crypto for their cash. So you need to purchase crypto, which I have done, and I'll need to go ahead and transfer that to the stake site. But today, we're going to be playing in something called gold coins on the stake site. So let's get back into the stake site here. So stake has two types of monetary value. One is gold coins, which I have 273,000 gold coins. It's not a lot. That's free, fun play money. Stake is a social fun casino, but they also have real money, which is called Stake Cash, SC. You can see I only have 0.91 cents. So every day, as long as you join up, Stake will give you $1 in Stake Cash for free and 10,000 in gold coins. So even if you don't play for 30 days, you'll have $30 in Stake Cash and about $300,000 in gold coins to play with for fun. So I need to go ahead and transfer crypto and convert it into the real cash, the stake coins. I'm going to put a link for Stake. If you want to join me as an affiliate, that's great. You get some perks and bonuses for that. So let's go ahead and jump into our first casino session. We're going to play live roulette, and appreciate all you subscribers and followers. Again, this is my first time doing this. So if there's anything I should change, the video, the sound, you let me know. So you can see we have the 0 roulette wheel. And today we're very limited in our gold coins. We only have 273 gold coins. So I'm going to play a very simple system of the columns, which are these right here. So we're just going to play some column system for fun. This is fun money, just as a session test. When I get the live money, will be for live money. But for now, we're just going to test things out. So we're going to start with a $10,000 fun money unit bet. You can see the last numbers hit are 11 and 13. So I'm going to play the column that hasn't hit here and the column that hit. So we're going to play the column last to hit and the column that hasn't hit. So last to hit and the column that hasn't hit the longest. We're just going to play that for fun and see what happens. We can turn on our dealer sounds. Listen to them also. So hopefully we can make a little gold coins in this session and just have some fun along the way. Or if we lose our bankroll, it'll be a really short session. So just wanted to get the feel of stake and practice and see what we got going on. So that is a 36. We won 3 times our bet here, 30,000 fake gold coins. We're going to continue with this system with last hit, which is 36, and looks like 11 hit after that. So it looks like the first column hasn't hit for the longest. So we're going to do most recent to hit and furthest away to hit, just our column bets. Now, if we lose, we're going to go up a unit on each, and it gets a little dicey when you lose many times in a row, and you will, in roulette, lose many times in roulette. The house has the edge. You can get a streak of one column 8, 10 times in a row. You get black 10 times in a row, 12 times in a row. So that was an 18. We did hit that. Now, it moves really fast in here. So 18 is our last hit. We're going to continue playing that. And then 36 hit. Then 11. So our last to hit again would be that first column. So we're going to go ahead and continue to play our third column and our first column as the hit last and the furthest to hit, and we'll see what happens. So I also wanted to get the statistics up to you, and I should start. You can see our net gain is 20,000. We have 2 wins and 0 losses, so that's a really good start, just for fun gold coins. Having a blast watching all you guys on YouTube, the inspiration for me starting this. There's going to be a lot of naysayers, and I totally get that. In the long run, the house is going to win, but I think with a level head, patience, short sessions, walking away when you're starting to lose, and coming back to clear your head is a really good system. So we have 21 that hit. That's the last to hit. And then 18 hit. So we're going to go ahead and play these 2 columns, 21 and the middle column, because, excuse me, I messed that up. We had 18. So 21 and 18. So 21 was last to hit, and 18. So then 36 hit, then 11. So it would have been the first column again. So I messed that up. And again, it moves really fast on here. You have to be paying attention because you can easily make incorrect bets. Now, since this is gold coins, this is free money, I'm not overly concerned about messing up the bet. And that's a 4 we lost. We would have won. So since 4 is the last to hit, we're going to play it. And then we had a 21. So the middle column is the furthest way to hit, and we're going to double because we lost. Now we're betting 20,000 on each. And incrementally, if we keep on doubling, how quick those bets are going to go up. So you can see our graph. We have that loss. So we're going to try to recover our loss and get back to at least even here and go from there. So again, we're playing a very basic, simple of columns right now. It might not be the best strategy. Who knows? There are so many strategies on roulette. We're going to probably, when we play with real cash, play a 9 street session. So the streets are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Those are the streets. So we're going to cover those streets on the board. All right, so 7 hit. We'll pay 10,000 on 7, and then 4, and then 21. So the middle will be the furthest away to hit again. So we're actually covering 65% of the wheel. that's pretty good. But when we play the streets, we'll have over 70% coverage on the wheel. I can do a bet and show you the streets, but again, we are limited in bankroll with $283,000 gold coins. But again, I can show you the streets also. You can also set favorite plays here, which is really convenient because you have a certain time limit to put your bets out. So if I'm talking about those streets, um, we have this here. So this is 90,000 a bet, and it's reverse streets. So I'm playing the last 3 streets in each 12 sections. So we have these 3 streets covered, these 3 streets covered, and these 3 streets covered. If I were to lose, if 25, 6, 7, 13, 14, 15, or 1, 2, and 3 hit, or the 0, I'd have to go ahead and double my bet to try to recoup the loss. And it adds up very quickly on those losses. So you want to try to avoid those losses. And I won on 7. So you can see we won there, which is great. We won 120,000. So we're up. We have a net gain of 70,000 gold coins. We're going to go back to our column session. Wow, 7 hit 3 times in a row. So 7 hit, and then we had a 4, we had a 21. So the middle column again would be the furthest to hit. Again, I think that's plenty of roulette description here. Plenty of channels to describe strategies and methodologies. And I'm going to be experimenting with a lot of them when we get into some profit, or if I'm just wanting to change the system, because betting on these streets can get kind of tedious and boring, but that's okay because we want to make money. It's going to be a grind. We want to see a progression. Now, we're going to lose a lot, but we want to minimize those losses by playing smart and protecting our bankroll. So 33 hit, we're going to play 33. Got to double it because we just lost. And then we had 7, so the furthest hit was the middle column. We'll double that to 20. So you can see how fast these double ups can go and get you in a hurry. Now, again, we're playing with fun money, so we're not worried about it. So, again, please subscribe, like the channel. This is just a beginning. I'm going to post a video every day of me playing and in hopes that we can make some profit. Now, obviously, real money is a lot different than the gold coins because this is free, fun money, just practicing, trying out the system. And look, we lost. So that first column hit. We now have to go ahead and double our double. So that's 40,000. And the other column to hit was 33. So the second column still is furthest to hit. And now we're betting a lot of money here. We're betting 80,000 on these 2 columns. If we don't hit, we're going to go down. Now, make a decision at this level. Probably if I lost playing real money, I might walk away and come back. Now, the wheel has no memory. If you walk away or not, the spins are random. They're separate events. The wheel doesn't remember you walking away or staying. But I think just to clear your head and your mind, if I was playing real money, I would walk away. Because now we have dipped to a loss. We're now 70,000 gold coins down. And we're back to 203,000 gold coins. So I would pause the video here and I would walk away. But since this is fun money, we're going to play another round. Again, when you're playing with real money, it's a lot different than fake money because you have your real money at stake. So I would probably walk away and then we'd have to rebuild this to try to get back to even or positive, which would be small steps to grind it up. And we'll be doing that a lot because that's the idea of the grind. This is the roulette grind. So unfortunately, it's not a winning theme overall, but we're gonna try to make it work. So please post in the comments anything you'd like to see me do, suggestions. I really appreciate it. So 9 hit, and then we had 6, and then we had 1. So we're gonna go here, and we're just gonna go with 2 $10,000 bets now. We're going to try to grind our way back up to the top and see what happens in this. So tell me what's going on in the comments, what you guys been up to. Are we ready for March Madness? I'm a big college basketball fan. I went to Syracuse. Unfortunately, they're not in the main tournament this year, but that's okay. But I'm really excited today for March Madness. So at about 12 o'clock, I'll be watching some March Madness. There's a win. So that's 27. So our last column to hit is the top column here, and then 9 hit before that. That's there. Then 6, and then 1. So again, the second column is the furthest to hit. So we're just going to grind out to try to get back here. And I may double one of these times just to make it go a little faster. But when I'm playing real money, I'll protect my bankroll and be smart about it. Because when you get into decisions where you're just doubling, you're going to lose your money in a hurry. The ratio we're going to want to see when we play the street method is at least 3 or 4 to 1. We want 3 or 4 wins to every loss to keep our balance going up, and up. All right, so that's the 14. So we did win that one. So we're slowly grinding our way back. That's what we're going to do here. So 14 hit. That's our last column to hit. And then we had 27. So this column here is the furthest to hit. So we're going to play these 2 columns. It's a very slow grinding strategy. But if you get a lot of losses in a row, as I mentioned, you could be in the whole thing. So we want to protect our bankroll. We want to make sure, and look, the dealer had a misspin, so she'll respin. That happens from time to time. You want to make sure to protect your bankroll and have some surplus so that you're not just chasing those losses trying to get back to even. Now, $500 bankroll is not a lot when it comes to roulette. But I'm going to try to grind that 500 into a profit. And if we have to adjust our strategy, we will. And there's a 29. We hit on that second column. So that's great. So again, this column here is the last to hit. We're going to put 10,000 on it. And then we had 14. And then we had 27. So this column here is the furthest to hit. Again, very basic, simple strategy. But to test out stake and the system and my recording, I think that it's perfect for this. So it's a very slow grind. You can see that we have 213,000 gold coins. Again, this is fake money we're playing with. And again, it's a very slow grind. That's okay. We can go to theater mode. Just a little bigger screen there. Okay, theater mode's the way to go. And again, I'm just learning stake, learning how to record, learning how to do videos. But when we get into the live cast sessions, I probably won't be doing as much talking. And if I'm doing too much talking, let me know. We won our first column bet. That's excellent. So our last column to hit is the 25 column. And then there was a 29. So our top column here will be the last to hit. So again, I want to thank all the other channels out there. They're inspirational. I'm going to post in the description some great ones to follow. There's so many out there to follow. You can find them by searching on YouTube. Joe Croupier has been an inspiration. Kentucky White has been an inspiration. As I mentioned, Brent from All in Black has been an inspiration. There's so many to name. The Roulette Master has a huge following, huge channel. All the strategies of roulette, some are good, some are bad, but he plays them all just to demonstrate what they can do, either online or real casino. They're fun to go take a look at. So 1, that's our last column to hit. You can see we're slowly grinding our way back to at least even. And then 25, and then 29. So this third column here was the last furthest to hit. At 50, my memory is really not good, and these numbers down here are really small. That's the one thing I wish Stake had, is a way to see this history fuller, more, because this is kind of small down here. I don't even know if my video is covering the last numbers, but we'll see when I go to that recording. So again, we're just playing small. We are up to 233,000 in gold coins. So trying to get back to even, and that's at 35, and that's a loss, and that's going to happen. So we're back down. So now we want to try and get that money back. So we're going to double. So 35 hit. We're going to double to 20K on there. And after that was 1. So we're going to double on this column, which is the furthest hit, the top third column. So now we're going to hope for a win so we can grind it back here. We need to grind. That's what we're doing. So protect the bankroll and grind. And again, short sessions, not long sessions. Unless you're in a good streak and a good groove, then a long session is just fine. But if you stay at the roulette wheel, you're going to lose. If you keep playing, the roulette has that edge, that 2% edge, they will win. So there we doubled our money here to 60,000, and we're grinding back. So I'm actually going to stay at that level and bet 20 on the last to hit. And then we had 35, we had 1, so we're going to bet 20 on here. We're going to stay at this level to try to get even closer to our goal here. Back to even. So when I'm playing with real money, we're going to have monetary goals. We're going to step maybe $25, $50 at a time and go from there and see what happens. Because we don't want to get in a situation where you're chasing your wins back. You're chasing your losses. That's not the way to play. It is a slow grind, a mental game where you have to just keep your head and not go crazy. So that's a 10. That's a loss. And that's going to happen. That's another loss. So 12 and 6 in some different systems. Here's where you decide we need to go ahead and triple up our bet. So we're going to triple. We're going to go to 40, and then 17, we're going to go to 40 and 40. Okay, we're just going to go 40 and 40. So we're going to go to 80 now to try to get back a little bit here. And you have to make decisions if you want to keep going, because now we're down to 133 gold coins. So we're losing our bankroll. It'd probably be a good time to step away with those 2 losses in a row. Come back, do something else, refresh your head, and start again. So that is a 19, and we actually did win that. So that's a nice recovery there. We recovered some money. We're actually going to step back just to 10,000s and continue playing. So 19 hit, and then 10, and then 17. So the third top column was last hit. So you can see how much of an up and down grind it is. Our goal is to get back in the green here. You can see that we had this big 60, 70,000 loss, then 20, and it's peaks and valleys, right? Big loss here, then back up only to 20,000 down. So let's try to get back to even as our goal and go from there. So again, this is going to be a much shorter session because I'm just testing everything out. Again, I wanted to thank everyone for joining me. Really having a ton of fun doing this, and there's a win. And you can see we're slowly getting back there. We're 10,000 away. 25 hit. So we're going to bet on this column for 25, then 19 hit, and then 10, and then 17. So our furthest hit is that third column. So let's hope this hits and we can be right back to where we started. This is the grind we're going to have, especially with real money. You're going to see this kind of peaks and valleys, but over the long run, as this graph gets bigger and bigger, slowly going to trend upward, I feel, because when we're playing those streets, those 9 streets at a time, we're covering 70% more of the board. Now, stake only allows you to play 27 numbers at a time, not go over that. So look, we won 30,000 on 9. We're right back here to 0. We've grinded back to where we started from. So let's go ahead and bet the 9, and let's bet the 25 hit, so the second column. So this is the grind. This is the roulette grind. It's going to be a slow and hopefully steady pace up, but you're going to have those losses. Now, again, we're playing in free money. We're playing in gold coins. It's not affecting me one bit. It's just a testing of the system. And again, any comments, suggestions, would appreciate it greatly. Thankful for all the subscribers so far. Hope to get some more here and there. It's great to put up my first video. Again, it's just a practice video. As soon as the money hits the account, I will start playing real money. We hit on 2. That's great. So now we're starting to trend up a little bit. So our last column to hit is the 2. And then 9. So the third column is the furthest hit. Now, again, you're going to get runs of the same column hitting over and over again. It happens in roulette all the time. But I think this is a fairly consistent system. You just have to decide what your stop loss is, when you're going to go away from doubling all the time. You don't even have to double. You could just go up 1 unit at a time. Or you could double, or you could play the Fibonacci system, which is a 1, 1, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55 system. Meaning you add the previous 2 bets together to increase your bet to try to get back into profit. So we just lost there with 15. So 15 hit, we'll double up 2. And before 15, we had 2. So the first column gets 20 grand to double. Let's hope one of these hits because we're back down in the negative. So we want to try to get to positive. So it's an up and down grind, and hopefully you get the streak like we did in the beginning where we're winning. And I'm going to have a profit goal of 150. If we hit that profit goal when I'm playing real money, we're going to walk away for the day and be good. Or if we're on a really good streak and a really good feeling, we can play to build up some of that surplus. But you don't want to knock out your profit. So we want to continually grind out that 150 profit every day. Let's see what's happens here. It looks like we got the zero. There's a zero wheel. That happens. Zero happens 1 out of, I'd say, 27 or so times statistically in roulette. So that's a loss. We're way back down again. So with the zero, we're going to repeat the same bet that we had. Just a feeling that the first or third column's going to hit. We're not going to change our strategy here with the zero. We're going to continue playing those two columns. Now, if I was playing real money, I might consider walking away and starting over, trying to grind it back. So we'll see what happens. Now, when I'm playing the 9 street system, it's going to be a lot different than just playing the two columns. We're only betting 20, 40, 80,000 at a time. With the 9 streets, we'll be betting 9, 18, so on and so forth at a time. All right, so that hit. The 18 hit, that's great. We're going to go ahead and play 20 again on 18, and then we're going to go ahead and play that first column again, just as a hunch here, I think. Let's see what happens. Because it's fake money, we're going to give it a shot, trying to get back here. We could easily lose and go further into the hole, but that's okay. We're going to grind it back. And I think over the long haul, it's going to be a profitable system. Now, there'll be a lot of naysayers out there that say it can't be done. People played in the casinos for years. Why are there so many casinos being built? Why are the lights on? Because the casino always wins. I totally get that. And look, they just won again. So now we are down back to where we were at the lowest point here, 70,000. So now we got to grind it back again. It's going to be an up and down kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and bet 20 here, and then the 18 hit, and then we'll hit 20 here because that's the last to hit. So we're going to try to grind back this profit again. And you can see our gold coins are back to 203,000, 163. That's what happens. I mean, it's a grind. So hopefully we're going to get some wins in a row and streak back up. So we'll see what happens. Now, I can be a little more risk adverse with the gold coins because they're fake money, but I still want to have some gold coins to play with to practice before the real money starts. So, and that is a 31, and that is, 32, and that is a hit. We want our 60K. So we're slowly grinding back again. So 32 hit. We're going to stay with the 20,000 bet there. Then there's a 20. Then there's an 18. So the first column we'll bet 20 on. And hopefully we can grind back up. We might have to make a bigger play here just to get back up. I might have to triple up to try to get there. Or we can just, stop the video and call it a day as well, because I want to have some gold coins left over to play with to do more videos. But this is a blast. I can't wait to jump in with real money and see what happens. With real money, there's a lot more stress, a lot more pressure. And we won on the 1, which is great. So we'll continue our grind up. 1 hit. We're going to stay with that 20,000 bet. Then the 32. So our third column, last hit. So we're going to stay with the $40,000 bet. Hopefully that it wins and it doesn't go back down. We'll see what happens. So if this middle column hits, we're going to be back down to where we started here. So again, it's a grind. Again, in the comments also, let me know strategies you like, how you think I should play it. We're going to be getting to real money soon. I just need to wait until it clears the account. Stake is a legitimate site. There's no problem withdrawing or cashing. All on Black says it's legit. He's going to put a video on how to get money into stake and how to buy crypto and all that great stuff. And we won. So that's great. So we won that one. We are now back almost to even. So 33 hit. We're going to bet 20 on 33. The 1 hit. So the last hit was the second column. Now, I probably could have gone back down to 20,000, 10 and 10. I'm feeling pretty good. We're on a little bit of run, a little bit of streak. We're 20 and 9. We're going to give it a shot and hope that this first column doesn't hit. If it does, we'll have to grind it back again. And eventually the goal is to get back into profit. But it's a grind, it's a struggle, and that's why we're here. That's why we're playing. We're having a blast doing it. So let's see what happens. And again, I appreciate all you guys following me and loving this. So 17, and it looks like we did get our win, and we are back in profit. That's $10,000. We're back in profit. We're going to go back to $10,000 bets. 17 last to hit, and then 33 last hit. So We're going to go, the first column is the furthest away to hit. We're only betting 20,000. Hopefully we can slowly grind profit now and not continually go down. We're going to see what happens. It's 10:33, beautiful day here in the East Coast. A little chilly outside, but the weather's starting to turn. March Madness brings that spring weather, starting to get nicer out. The snow is gone. Hopefully some of the rain will clear out, and we're just having a blast here. Okay, 14, and that's a win. Again, we're slowly grinding up some wins, so that's 20,000 in profit now. So we're going to go ahead and bet on that 14, and then 17, 33. So our first column was the longest to hit. Again, this column could very well hit, and we'll have to double because we'll be right back to where we started, but you can see the slow progression. We want to try to grind it out. But again, because since we're playing in gold coins, fake coins right now, it's not a big deal if we lose. So not worried. Now, if it's real money, then we're going to have to really think and be smart with our head and know when to walk away, know when to take your losses, and know how to protect the bankroll. And we will lose. It is guaranteed that we will lose, but I think we can grind it back. That's the whole idea. So there's a win. We're up to $30,000 profit. So we're going to continue the streak of betting the latest to hit. And then we have 14, and then 17, and then 33. So the first column, 10,000, is the longest to hit again. We're going to continue this system because it's working. We're not going to deviate. We're going to continue playing, but you should really change your systems when you're playing roulette. If you stay on the same system too long, you will most likely lose your bankroll. It will catch up to you. The wheel will get you. So you got to be smart. So when I play real money, I'm going to be switching up those streets and switching up those systems because I don't want to be stagnant in the same system. I want to change it up. I don't want to be doing the same thing. But here, we're on a good winning trajectory. Had a little rough patch here, but we're on a good path now. So we got 23 is last to hit, then the 5, and then the 14, then the 17, so 33. So the first column will be the one we want here. Again, you got to act quick. You only have about 20 seconds or so to make your bet. And with real money, it gets really stressful. So I highly recommend, and when I have my real money, they're going to be a little different than the special saved plays here, right? So I just have a couple saved plays for the fun money. We'll make some for the real money, so it's an easy click and go system because it's very tough to place these bets in a short amount of time. So you should have your favorites. So that was 12. I believe that was a loss. So 12 is here. 20, that's the last column to hit. And then 23. So the first and last. Now, I should have doubled on that. Did not double. We're going to protect our bankroll. And we'll have a small loss instead of a bigger loss. So hopefully you can win and get back to where we were. You can see that we're up about 20,000 in net gain. Fake coins, which is great. Again, this is a grind. This is overtime. So there's a 19, and we hit that, which is great. And we're just going to stay with it here. So we're going to bet on the first column 19 for 10, and then 12 hit. So the second column will be the furthest away to head. I want to introduce you to somebody. Titan, buddy. Where are you? Come here, boy. Come here, Titan. So I have a black lab puppy. Let me show you this guy. Come here, buddy. Up. This is my guy, Titan. He's my best friend. He's a great black lab dog. He is my shadow. He is my best friend. He'll be playing with us throughout the days. Thank you, buddy. So that was Titan. Good boy, Titan. Also mentioned in the comments, if you want to just see stop and go sessions where you don't have to see every second of every spin, or you want me just to keep it continually like I'm doing now, because the videos could get really long. So mention in the comments if you want to keep the same format. So 11 hit, and then 19, so the third column is the last to hit. So we're going to go that way, and you can see we're back to $30,000, $40,000. So it's a nice slow grind. We're going to hope to grind up here where we were, see what happens. So again, in the description, there'll be a link to my stake.com affiliate. If you join up under me, you get certain benefits and perks As you increase your level, you get more perks. That was at 21. That's a win. So 21 column, last to hit. We'll be betting 10,000 here. And then 11. So the furthest to hit is this first column. So you can see we got 27 wins and 10 losses, and we're slowly grinding. We're up to 50,000 in gold coins. So this might not be a bad strategy. Playing dollars, playing $2 for a slow grind. I know I mentioned playing the 9 streets seems to work for all on black, and that's great. We need to see what method will work for us and go from there. But you can see that our balance is now 303,000 from where we started from. Started here, and now we're up to 303,000. Up 60,000. There's a win right there. Another win. So we're going to continue. We're going to bet on the last column to hit, which is this one, 33. Then we had a 21. Then we had an 11. So the first column would be our furthest way to hit. It's a really easy system to do. Not too many clicks. Not too many bets you need to know in your head. And we seem to be doing pretty well on it. Now, there's going to be days that this happens. You just lose every bet that you put in. Back, and these are the days you have to say, I'm going to cut my losses, come back in a later session, and try again. That's going to be the goal, and I hope you guys keep me to that. Because I'm going to need a lot of help in doing this. I can't get my head where I'm just chasing everything. So I'm going to call on you guys. So 18 last to hit, then there's 33, then 21, and then 11. So again, our first column is the furthest hit. Hopes that, the furthest hit is eventually going to hit again. You're not going to go into a streak where it doesn't hit for 8 or 9 times. I mean, it could happen for sure, but that's the goal. So you can see that we're up 70,000 fake coins right now, and we're slowly grinding our way to a really nice sized profit here. And again, I can't wait to start playing real money with you. Today, saw some interesting systems on Roulette Master. Get into those in a second. So there's a loss. So we're going to go ahead and double. So last to hit is 23. We're going to bet 20 grand. And furthest to hit would be this column here, 20 grand. So we're betting 40. Hopefully we can recover. We don't want to go too far down. So again, protecting your bankroll. You have to decide, how many times am I going to double up? How many steps am I going to go before my bankroll is getting depleted? We don't want to do that. So back to the Roulette Master. Jeffrey had a great system where he's betting 20 on 4 double streets, and then $5 on the 0, and then he goes to a second progression. This is what we're doing now for 125 on last to hit and furthest to hit, and then he goes to a third step and he goes to 375, and it was making some money with an $1,100 bankroll. All right, so 35 hit, and then 23, and then 18. So this first column here. So there, we just made back our money, and we're going to keep grinding. So I could try Jeffrey's system, but, with these $10,000 units, it's going to be a little tricky to do that. But we could go ahead and play some double streets for fun and see what happens. And I'll show you kind of what his system is. Just maybe one shot here. Just for fun, just with single units. But to play it the right way is a little different methodology. That's a win. We're now up 80,000. So Jeffrey's system, you bet on the 7 to 10 double street, the 13 to 16 double street, the 19 to 22 double street, 25 to 28 double street, and the 0. These will be $20 each, 20, 20, 20, 20, and that would be a $5 bet. So $85 total bet. Since the minimum in gold coins is 10,000, we can only play these 10,000 units. So this is the first level of the bet. If you win, you continue the first level and bet the same. If you lose, I'll show you what happens. And again, the units are much different than we can play because we can only play 10,000. So that's a win. So we won 60,000 gold coins there. We're going to go ahead and rebet the same. 10,000 on the 4 double streets, and then 10 on the 0. For those that you don't know, a double street is 2 streets here. So the 13 to 15, 16, 18. That is a double street. We're playing 2 streets at a time. So we're covering 8 of these streets double here. So you can see the numbers that we'll lose: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 31 to 33, 34 to 36. So we want to hope that the middle of the board continually hits. And if we do get one of these numbers here, which will happen, we're going to go to phase number 2. And there it is, 36. So phase 2 is what we were doing. We bet on the last hit. That would be a $125 bet, which we're not going to do. And then the furthest to hit, so this would be the middle column. And we're just going to double for purposes, but Jeffrey's system, you go up to $125 on each. So $250 bet. The idea is to recover that loss. The third step is $375 on this. It gets pretty hairy. That's why you need a big bankroll, $1,100 bankroll. So it's not for the faint of heart, but his system was winning pretty consistently. But you can see here we took a big loss with it. But it's fun to try out these systems and see what happens. And Jeffrey, if you're following this, let me know if that's correct in the terminology, methodology, and the amounts here. So we got a 17. We did win. And now you go back to step 1. So we're going to bet the 7 and 10 double street, the 13 and 16, the 19 and 22, the 25 and 28, and the 0, and hope that the middle streets hit. I'm going to play a couple more rounds because we are in some good profit here. And again, this is fake gold coins. I just wanted to have a test stream of a few minutes just to introduce myself, show you what I'm all about, and just have some fun today. But we'll be doing real money streams very shortly. And again, I really appreciate you guys joining, subscribing, liking, sharing with your friends. It's going to be a grind. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be good days. And I hope to God those good days outweigh the bad. And if it doesn't, we'll start over. So that's all you can do. So let's go ahead and continue Jeffrey's system. Last to hit, we're going to go 2 units here. And then furthest to hit, we have 17. We have 36. So 2 units here, furthest to hit. Again, Jeffrey's system would be $125 on each of these columns here for a $250 bet. Our minimum bet is 10,000 gold coins. So you can see here that unfortunately we've lost some of that profit we have in our gold coins. Let's hope that this hits and we make some of it back. So again, we're just testing this system just for fun. There's so many systems out there you can do. Some are really good and some just don't hit the mark. So that's a loss. So if this was Jeffrey's system, we'd go up to $375 on each to try to make back. We're not going to do that because we've just lost. You know, we're in some negative here, but that's okay. I'm going to end the stream here. It was a ton of fun, you guys playing. I can't wait to play real money, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.